Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to learn how to maximize your profits in Indian subcontinent and Middle East. First of all, I will introduce myself to you. My name is Mudassir. I'm working here in Container Exchange as a senior network development manager, and I'll be happy to moderate this webinar today. Joining us today, we have Amit Chand Rane with us. He is our one of the most experienced account manager for ISC and Middle East. And we also have our special guest today. His name is Hafiz Abdul Aziz. He is the CEO of Yaran Shipping Line. And thank you again for all of you guys to share your time with us and enlighten us with your experience and knowledge. Once again, I welcome all those joining us virtually from all over the world. Feel free to use our live chat for networking, exchanging your contact details, discussing the webinar topics, and asking questions to the speakers. And we will be also able to answer all of your questions by the end of our session. So feel free to ask as many questions as possible. And while we are waiting a couple of more minutes for everyone to join in, also feel free to say hi in the chat, and also please mention your name and your company name, where you are from, so that we learn a little bit more about yourself. Yeah. And also, I would like to inform you today's session will be recorded. So the recording will be also sharing with you guys by the end of the event. So before we get into it, we are also going to start a quick poll for our viewers. The link is also in the chat, and please feel free to also answer some questions here in the poll, so that we can also tailor a little bit our meeting according to your needs. Cool. So we hope everyone joined, and we are ready to start. And there's also a small announcement. We all have also prepared a special offer for you that we are also going to share you during the webinar. So there's a little surprise. So stay tuned for that. So before I start, I will start with the agenda of the webinar with you guys. I will let you know that how we are going to basically the start the webinar. So first of all, the first thing that we are going to speak today is about the potential problem that has been happening currently in the market. We are going to speak about that. And after that, we are also going to give you the solutions for successful container repositioning and how to deal with this shortage of demand for the containers. After that, we will be speaking with our special guest, Abdul Aziz. He's going to give us insights and best practices that how he use exchange, and it is how he is getting benefit from that. After that, Amir Chand will take over. He will speak about our more successful clients and cases, where he will explain some successful stories to you, so that you get better understanding how some companies are successful on the platform. And after that, we will speak about how you can monetize your business using exchange products. And then we will, in the end, speak about the special offer that I have already mentioned it to you. Cool. So without further ado, first of all, we speak about the current market situation and the possible solution. So, guys, the first thing that I would like to speak about is first of all, ISC and Middle East is the key region in global logistics. So where we have high volumes of cargo moving in and out of these areas. But recently, what we have observed that it has led to many challenges for NVOCCs and container owner in these regions. And the first problem that we see is basically a container lying idle in different ports. Yeah. So this situation happened because of the cargo shortage. The cargo dropped everywhere in the world, especially in China, which created a domino effect, and it also affected other areas as well. What is actually happening and what we have observed through the data from the depot capacity is that on average 33% of the inventory of an NVOCC is lying idle in different ports all over the world. And this is also connected to the global movement of the containers as well. So for example, when you and me see the container, when we see the containers in the sea, 33% of these containers that we see in the sea, they are empty. There's nothing going inside of these containers. Yeah, so a lot of container owners, they are moving their containers empty from one destination to the another destination. And when you are moving empty container from one destination to another destination, you are facing the empty repositioning cost of the container. Yeah, and that is basically the loss for your business. Yeah, so what basically you guys can do, you don't have to move these empty container from one location to another location. By using exchange, you can move these containers to those destinations where you have cargo, by just renting out these containers. Yeah, so when you rent out these containers, you not only just save the empty repositioning cost, plus you also make money, because whoever will be renting out your container, they will be also giving you some rent depending on the situation of the two ports. And so you can create some synergies there. So at the moment, the top ports that we have, or the top stretches we have for one way moves, it's basically India, Middle East, to UAE, Russia, Pakistan, Southeast Asia, Far East, Malaysia, Indonesia, and all of these destinations, they are pretty hot destination. Yeah. The second thing that you guys can also do, that you shouldn't use your own containers to those stretches where you only have one way cargo. Yeah, so a lot of the time the NVOCCs, they are making a mistake. They use their own containers to those destinations where they have only one way cargo. So on these situations, you don't have to do that you use your own container, because then your containers would be stuck into the port of destination. So then you have to sell your container, or maybe you have to move empty containers. So to save this situation, even from creating itself, you can just rent out the container from someone on a one-way short-term basis, and then basically you can create this energy directly there. Yeah, so this solution is also provided already by our platform. Yeah, so this is already covered during our meeting. I will also show you how practically this can be also done. Yeah, we have also, for example, Yaran shipping line with us. They are exactly doing the same at the moment. Yeah, he will also explain you a little bit later about how he is doing practically. Yeah, and then there's another challenge also happening at the moment in the ISE and Middle East region, is the shortage of demands for containers. Yeah, so what is happening at the moment, that the exports from ISC and Middle East has decreased from last 6 months, and now we see the negative trend going further even. So our container availability index has also shown the same. So what our availability container availability index is showing, that the amount of container full of cargo leaving and entering the ports are not the same. Yeah, so for example, the containers entering the port, they are more than the containers leaving the port. And this can be also seen from our data. We have the data from Navashiva, and we also have the data from Jabal Ali. And from this data, it can be also clearly seen that the container availability index is above zero point 0.5 points there. Yeah, which means that the import rate is higher than the export rate. Yeah, so there is already a container imbalance, and this imbalance can be already seen. And this is also affecting a lot of NVOCCs, because there is a natural imbalance in the industry, and that's why that's why this is happening, that you guys are sometimes using your own container only for one-way cargos. Yeah, and also we have seen that the container prices trends as well. For example, in India, if we just take an example from 2022 to 2023, we have seen clearly a downward trends in the prices of the containers. And this is not new. All of you guys have already known that the container prices has decreased drastically in last months. yeah, due to the oversupply of the containers in the market, and this has led to the decrease in the price. But when the prices has been decreased, that also creates an opportunity for a lot of NVOCCs who have stopped developing their own fleet of containers. So here's the opportunity comes in for you. Whoever have stopped developing their own fleet of containers, they should be buying more containers right now, because they might can buy two container in the price of one container 6 months ago or 8 months ago. This has been already done by a lot of companies on the platform. Yeah. And For example, Abdulaziz has done that a lot, because he stopped buying containers. OSL has also done that a lot, from Pakistan. Sarjak from India, they have also done that. So there are many companies who have already adopted this strategy. And we believe we believe that this will not also improve in the coming months. So this trend is going to last for some time, according to our prediction. Yeah. So but what can be done currently for your company? So you can adopt different strategies, yeah, depending on your status quo. Rent out your containers and unrent from your idle inventories, and save empty repositioning cost. Yeah, this could be one solution. If you don't want to move the empty container, you can also sell your empty or idle container lying in different ports. Buy the containers on those ports where you have actual cargo, because we have excessive amount of containers available for buying all over the world at the moment. Yeah, so you can also adopt this strategy as well. Yeah. And for example, hundreds of NVOCCs has done that already. I have already mentioned OSL, for example. I have mentioned already Sarjak, Arcon Container Line, Lancer Container Line. There are many container lines companies who have already done the same. All right, cool. Um, then I will also speak about another problem. This problem is mainly is for those freight forwarding companies who would like to start the NVOCC operations. Yeah. So what we have observed, that there are a lot of companies, they are starting a new NVOCC operations as well at the moment. And When you are starting an NVOCC operation, you know that you need to have a liquid cash with you to buy some containers, develop your own fleet and start doing the NVOCC operations. Yeah. So as a startup, if you want to start at least buying, let's say 20 or 30 containers, you will need at least like 30K, 40K investment. If you don't have these financial means, you would be struggling to prevail. So for new NVOCC, what I would suggest, the best strategy to start with is to rent or lease the containers on one-way short-term basis. It gives you the leverage to invest this money into your business expansions. Yeah. And gradually, you can build upon your own fleet as well. It would be hard for you to get the containers on one-way short-term leases, first of all, from your private network, because you would need companies who needs to trust you to rent out their containers to you. And they might also ask you to pay like security deposit upfront as well, plus insurances, plus a lot of manual work to be done in case of damages happen and all of that. Yeah. But even doing all of these steps on your own, it would also cost you a lot of time and effort as well, to find the right business partner, to reposition your containers and stuff like that. So in order to basically mitigate that gap, container exchange comes into play for all of you guys who are willing to start their new NVOCC operation, because we have NVOCCs on exchange. Their containers are stuck on different ports. Yeah. With few clicks on our online software, they would be willing to rent out their containers to you without any security deposit. Yeah. And why these NVOCCs would still trust you to rent these containers? It is because we have a compliance department. Each company that we onboard, we do vetting on these companies before we give them the access of the system. Yeah. So for example, if you would be joining us, it's not that simple that you just log in and we will give you the access of the platform. No, you know better than that, better than me. There are many crooks in this business, and we do not want them to join the platform. That's why container exchange is a crystal clear business model, where all of the parties that is working with each other, they're legit company, they're trustworthy companies, so that you can come in and you can also do the business with them. Secondly, all the containers can be insured via exchange as well. So as a container user, you pay us around $3 per container. We can also insure your container. So in case of damages happen, anything happen to the container, you don't need to worry about. We have our insurance department who is going to take care of that as well. Yeah. So all of these things gives cushions to basically you guys and also to the container owner. That's why they will be giving you the containers. And my message to the container owners are also that you guys also don't need to find partners outside of container exchange, because we have people on exchange who have cargo slot in the vessel. They just need the containers to ship it wherever you require them to move. Yeah. So we have and same goes for your buying and selling requirements as well. So we have thousands and thousands of containers available for sale at the moment in more than 2,500 destinations all over the world. So and you can do the business with more than 1,700 trusted partners, and you can basically have a peace of mind with a few clicks with the payment handling facility easily. These containers can be bought through our platform. Yeah. So this is the first part of the webinar where I speak about the current challenges. I give you some suggestions how you can basically manage these current problems. I gave you some strategy point as well. But in the next step, we are going to speak about directly to our special guest, Hafiz Abdul Aziz. Hello, Hafiz. Happy to have you joining us today. Just to
Hello,
give you a bit
everyone.
of.
Hello, Mr. Mudassir, and
Hi, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, absolutely fine. Thank you so much. It's been an honor for me to have a live webinar with you guys. If I can say, number one company who has the leasing, like the rental basis in the world. So I am truly an honor. This is an honor for me that you guys have invited me as a special guest. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, especially Mudassir bhai.
All right, thank you so much, Abdul Aziz. So, guys, just to give you a bit of background, YSL Yaran Shipping Line, their head office is in Karachi. They do have also offices globally as well. So, for example, Dubai, China, Malaysia, India, Egypt, and also in many, many other parts, they have different offices. Their yearly volume is over 4,000 TUs at the moment. And just to not forget, they just started their company around 2 years ago. Yeah. But we would love to find out more about your experience, Abdul Aziz, in the current situation. I will ask you some questions, and maybe you can enlighten us more from your experience. So,
Yeah,
Abdul
sure.
Aziz, what is the current market situation according to you in ISC and Middle East, and how does the current market situation influence your company?
The current market situation, you can say, is going downwards actually. From last couple of months, we have heard that now the shipping industry will going to boost up, and then we will have the same profits and the benefits which we guys were having in like 2018, 19, 20 something. But now this is absolutely the opposite. And why? Just because there is a recession in the world right now, and each and every country have their own recession. Everybody, like, the main problem is that the purchasing power of an individual have decreased from 100% to, you can say, from like 100 to 70 or 50, 60% because of this recession. So the main problem we are facing right now is, you just stated in earlier, that we have a lot of containers lying in one places, like just an example, in Pakistan, in India, in Bangladesh, in Oman, in China, but we don't have the cargo from there. Or if we have the cargo, but there are thousands and like more than I can say millions of containers lying in one port, millions of containers in China, in US, in UK, but the demand of those containers are not that much. So the main problem which we are facing is because of this the buying power of the customer. The problem, this is the problem. Now the solution, one solution is that we can just sell out all our containers and then we can sit like this and we can wait for next 2 or 3 or 6 months, so that once the shipping industry will again going to boost up, then we are going to again purchase the container. This is the one solution. The second solution we can do to rent out our container through exchange through this platform, so that we have a peace of mind that okay, 500 containers of mine is actually running through the exchange and 1000 containers are running by myself. So this is the problem we are facing, and this is the only solution I can say or I can suggest to everybody, that we can use this platform and it is a beneficial. Like for myself, as you have stated, that I have started just around 1.5 year ago, and we have started through the exchange, only through the exchange. So basically, exchange is very fruitful for myself, and I have also given each and everybody, whoever is coming to me, that from where we have like we are going to start. So the same thing you said, instead of investing 40 or 60 or 70,000 dollars in a day to purchase 20 30 containers, instead you just sign up in an exchange and get the containers on a leasing. So that is a solution I can suggest to everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Abdul Aziz. And I would also quickly like to ask you that how did you move containers before exchange, and how did you manage to find different partners before exchange? Yeah, so it will give also the idea to our guests that how difficult it is actually basically when you want to do all of these things privately.
To be honest with you, like I told you, I have started my company with the exchange. So I have never an experience like without an exchange, how I have moved my containers from one place to another. So I have started my company with the exchange. Yeah, but we guys are doing without the exchange right now as well. Like the private, we are also purchasing the containers from outside of the exchange. So, but the main problem we are facing without the exchange is that we don't know the other party. We don't know from where we are getting the container. Even if I can mention the top five names of like the worldwide, like the top tenor, or just an example, Costco or any other mainline or any other company who is just selling out the containers. Even we cannot trust them as well. Why? Because we are just giving them the money, we are getting the release order. So we haven't checked the container by going there physically. And if we just pick the container and the container is damaged, then this is all the fault and the blame is on our side, that why we have picked up the damaged container. But in the exchange side, what we are not facing, what is the benefit of the exchange is that if we are even pick the wrong container or even the damaged container, so exchange is taking the responsibility, that we are here to give you the replacement of the container, or we are here to give you the same amount of the container which you have already uh, purchased through the exchange. So this is all from my side, that everybody should use the exchange. Now the main problem we are facing, especially in Indian subcontinent, we don't know how to use the exchange. This is the main problem. We don't, and even we don't want to spend the time to check what is the procedure and how we can find the better deals in the exchange. Like I just come here. Okay, we have just signed up. I have just paid you the subscription on a monthly basis. Now I send you the message. Okay, Mr. Mudassir, I want the container in China, so give me 10 containers in China, from China to India. So now this is not your uh, headache, or this is not your work to do. This I have to check each and everybody. I have to check each and every deal in the exchange. So basically, the problem we are facing in the exchange, that most of the people don't know how to use it. So this is the problem we are also facing. And like They don't know how to use it, and then after few months they are blaming the exchange. And no, exchange is not the good company, and we have faced a lot, and they are charging us the monthly subscription and this and that. From last 1.5 year, I haven't faced anything. I haven't faced anything in Alhamdulillah. And from zero to right now, around 1500 TUs, we are here in 1 year with the exchange, with the help of the exchange.
Cool, cool, perfect. Thank you so much, Abdul Aziz, for this feedback. The follow up to this question in from your perspective, what are the best practices for NVOCCs and container owners should be to reposition their units to get more profitable routes? What would you suggest to NVOCCs and the container owners in this situation?
The very first suggestion is that they just rent out the containers through the exchange. Like I have already told you earlier,
Mhm.
they just give the containers in the exchange, and this is the best one right now. This is the best one. The second solution is that we just sell out our containers, and then we can rebuy the container wherever we want. Like I can sell out the containers in India, in Mundra, and I can purchase a container in Shanghai or in Ningbo or wherever I want. But for this second suggestion, I have to, invest some amount as well. Because if I am going to sell out the container in India, so just an example, right now the market of the India is $900 per fitter. So I have to sell on $900. Then if I want to purchase in China, then I have to purchase on $1,200. So $300 I have to invest more. So instead of investing more amount on the container, I should just give the container in the exchange on a rental basis, so that after free days, even after the free days plus the pickup charges, I can earn the money until I get my container at the desired location.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a very good strategy. I would also second that. And what can you advise to the NVOCCs who just started their NVOCC operations? So, what would you suggest to the new NVOCCs in this regard?
Sorry, come again, come again.
Yeah, so my last question to you, Abdulaziz, is that what would you suggest to the NVOCCs who have just started their business? Can you hear
If
me?
I if I share you my experience with you guys,
Mhm.
I have started my company with the exchange. Even you know better than everybody else that with the 30 containers I have got the same from, and that was my first ever deal. So I have started with the exchange, with the leasing company, and from that profit, plus I have also definitely invested the liquid cash as well. So from that profit, plus the investment which I had already, I have started my business. But those first 30 containers, and at that time, I still remember the container price was around $2,400. So if I can calculate right now, it is more or less around $75,000 of the investment, which I did not invest a single dollar. Instead, I just pay you the subscription fees, and I got the 30 containers over there. Yeah, definitely there is a pickup charges and free days and after, but that is something else. That is not the investment, you can say. That is something you are getting from, you are getting the profit, and then you are after getting the profit, you are just giving some percentage of your profit to that company who gave you the containers. So my suggestion to everybody who is going to start a new venture and NVOCC, they must registered in exchange right now.
Cool. Thank you so much, Abdulaziz, for this insightful discussions from your side. So, guys, what I would do next, I would hand over next to Amir Chand. And there are numerous examples like that. First of all, that Abdulaziz just mentioned. We also have numerous example like that on the platform at the moment. More than 1,700 companies we have on the platform who's using our our system. Yeah. And I would like to give the word to Amir. Just to give you again a brief background about Amir. Amir is our one of the most experienced account manager for ISE and Middle East in container exchange. And Amir has been assisting and guiding customers at exchange, and had gathered plenty of data and examples in the ISE and Middle East. So over to you, Amir.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Mudassir. Thank you very much, Mr. Hafiz, for also your insights about exchange. It's really good to hear that. And for the NEOCCs as well, it's really nice to hear how you can also benefit from exchange. I also wanted to give a few examples. As Mudassir mentioned, there are so many companies, for example, Arcon that you see over here. Arcon started as the oldest partner of exchange. When they started, they used to be like one or two users on exchange, and now they are around 14 users only on exchange. They have made it sort of a primary thing to keep exchange as a focus. And they initially did not have many partners to work with, but now they are working with over 150 plus partners on exchange. So a single company having a network of 1,700 plus partners on exchange, and they choose, a particular partners which they feel are very trustworthy to work with. Now, also, just to give you an idea about how many containers they're transacting every year. So Arcon only with exchange is transacting more than 4,600 units in the last 12 months. So you can see the volume of units that they move, and this has definitely increased over time. If you see the number of port pairs that they actually operate compared to before, now they're operating 200 plus port pairs, which means that they are having containers available for leasing, for trading in more than 200 locations in the world. So this is massively increased, and this is what helps them to move their units from different locations and to bring them to more profitable locations so that they can actually make use of them, as Muddashir mentioned before. Um, Moving on, also we have another example, Supertainer. So if you see on the right hand side, you have a small description about Supertainer as a company based in the UAE. You also see a small rating on the top right corner. This is what the other partners rate every company on exchange, and this actually shows how trustworthy they are, how they do business. So it is super important that they can see, they can reach out to partners who are trustworthy in this case, and also see if they can work well with these partners. So Supertainer is a very company who has grown with exchange, like Hafiz has done as well. They initially started with having almost a very small business of having 100 TUs with them, and now they are moving over 1,350 plus units in last 6 months. And this is only after joining exchange for about a year. So you can see the amount of increase that has been in their level of containers that they transact on exchange. Also, the flexibility has played a major role because they were open to many other port pairs, many locations that they could actually supply their units to, and this is why they increased from initially having just like 10 locations where they used to do mostly Middle East to Indian subcontinent and China, to having more than 200 plus port pairs now. So they're currently also doing Russia, China, Middle East, Europe. So they opened all the trade lanes that they could possibly do operationally as well. So basically, they have used exchange to increase their fleet, and now they're having many more movements worldwide, as you can see. So if I compare their performance, what they used to do 6 months ago in barely 10 locations, now they've increased to more than 200 port pairs. So which is super interesting to see. Um, as Mudassir mentioned, also OSL, Oceanic Star Line, a company based in Pakistan, is also one of our oldest members on exchange, and they have been moving a large number of units as well. In the past 6 months, they've moved more than 1,600 units on exchange, and mostly they are also dealing with units in big quantities. So if you're looking for units in big quantities, if you want to use a lot of containers together if you have bulk orders and you want to move containers, you also have that available on exchange as well. Now, what OSL also does is they move their containers from locations where they are not profitable to locations where they can get them and monetize those movements. So what is happening is they're moving containers from locations, getting money for it, and then bringing it them to the locations where they can actually either sell it or use it themselves for some other for their own cargo. So this is super useful for NVOCCs as well. Also, to give you a brief background, OSL is also working with more than 100 partners on exchange, and everyone knows them already, which you can also see on the top right corner in their ratings. So they are rated highly on exchange, which means that they do really good business overall. Also, one of the thing that is very helpful for OSL is how we how we do in terms of negotiating things. So let's say that if you have any issues on exchange, if there is any problems, as Hafiz mentioned before, we are the ones who jump in to support this. Before OSL, if they have any problems outside, outside the platform, they have to follow up on their own. They need to do emailing, calling. You need to go back and forth. Even you don't know what the result will be. Your containers are lost or something happens, and then you have no one to support you. And this is where we at Exchange make a difference, and where we jump in actually to make sure that we mediate this whole process. We have contracts in place, we have things in place, so to make sure that you are safeguarded as a partner. And also, all the partners that you see on exchange have already passed a big vetting process, is what we call, and to make sure that you work with the most trustworthy partners in the industry. Yeah. And lastly, also wanted to give you insight about CPL Enterprises. They have also started only 1 year ago with Exchange, and they have massively grown their fleet. They are moving over 3,400 units with Exchange in last 12 months, compared to just moving 500 units in the initial 6 months. So the growth you see, and when they actually understood this potential, is within the next 6 months. They started to use more units, more usage, more supplies on certain stretches where they cannot move those units. So this is one of the major reasons they use. What they ideally do is their containers are stuck in locations which they really don't have cargo, and they could not find users before. And this is where we actually connected them with so many partners on exchange. And initially they used to work with just 2 partners, and now they're working with more than 70 partners on exchange. So all they do is they supply their units to make money, to monetize their move. And also they use units on some areas where they don't have their own units available. So you can do both ways. You can either use, or you also supply your units in both cases. So this is how they've actually increased their transactions, because of the wide network of companies that we have on exchange. So I hope this was helpful, just to understand a little bit about exchange and the partners and how you can become successful. Also, we really recommend that you focus on the platform at least, like, a couple of hours on exchange platform, so that you can get more usefulness out of it. Also, me as an account manager and my team are always working with each company individually to make sure that we can make them successful as well. So I will hand over to Mudassir to take you through the next part. And yeah, thanks a lot, Mudassir.
Thank you so much, Amir. It was amazingly well structured, and the value being generated and showing is amazing. Thank you so much again for that. Guys, in the next step, I'm going to get a little bit deeper into the advantages of container exchange, basically. So the first thing that I would like to mention it to you guys is that some people believe that they have regular rotation of containers and they don't have issue with the repositioning. Yeah, but this currently works out only for them with conventional methods of moving containers, involving around 15 emails, 10 calls, countless WhatsApp. And as it's mentioned on the slide as well, we save on average around 8 hours of workload per trip by providing payment handling facility, insurance facility, and container management tools. Yeah, which then allow the sales team from your NVOCCs to focus in bringing more shippers rather than working on container ops thingies. Yeah. So I can also tell it to you a very successful case that we able to solve. So some days ago, what happened actually, we have one of our two very nice companies, Orange Container Lines and ILPS. They both agreed to pick up 40 feet high cube containers. Yeah. So Orange Container Line had an agreement with ILPS to lease 40 feet high cube, but only 9 containers were made available to them. And then the deal was canceled. And Orange Container Lines, they were angry about it. They held these 9 units units hostage, and in their own depot, and because their loss was not for not getting 40 units was not compensated by ILPS. Yeah, and ILPS didn't want to pay any compensation for that, and then there was a huge dispute arises, and even both of these parties, they wanted to go into the court and try to fight that case out, and there was like a big thing has been created. Yeah, so what we have managed to do, our account management team have managed to do this case pretty well, and both of these parties, they come up on a solution what we have proposed to them, and they didn't went into the court. They are pretty happy with each other right now as well, and the whole thingy has been basically sorted out very well. Actually, ILPS also subscribe to another product of ours, which is Container Insight, which gives you the prices of the containers all over the world in a blink of an eye. Yeah, so this is why going forward, collaboration between support and account management it needs to grow massively. This is what also we are doing at the moment, just to show you how difficult it could be if you want to do private one way leasing moves. Yeah, and as it's also mentioned, we also save a cost of hiring 5 people to your team. Actually, the platform is understood, and if the platform is understood and actively worked on, provides the outcome of more than 5 people at the same time, with an effort of one dedicated person. Plus, if you lease containers outside of the platform, no will give you boxes without taking security deposit from your side, and exchange doesn't only allow you just to automate your SOC requirement, but also provide you financial grounds, which allows you to expand and grow rapidly. Yeah, so guys, we don't have enough time left, so without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I will going to show you quickly our platform to you. We will go through a very quick demo. I will show you container leasing and container trading platform, that how it is it is working, and then you guys will also have a better idea that how potentially you can also use it. Cool. So guys, this is our platform. Once you become our member, as I told you, after passing the vetting procedure, we give you the login credentials. You can log in here. On the top left corner, we have different products of ours. We have a leasing product. We have a trading product. We have also launched Ocean Freight. So Ocean Freight, we are giving it for free at the moment to all of our guys. So you would be able to book COC and SOC slots as well. Insight tool is also there, which is basically to compare the prices of containers all over the world. Container management tools are also there, which is con control and tracking. And then in the end, I will also explain you about the container wallet facility. But first of all, we will only focus on container leasing and trading option. So when you click on container leasing, it is going to load our container leasing app. And if you click that, you can already see here that we got 494 results. At the moment, these are all the people who can rent out their containers to you. If you want to use container, you can just click here, use container. If you are the owner of the container, you can use a supply container function as well. So the platform is working both ways, for container owners and for container user. So let's suppose if you are a container user, you want to pick up the container from China, you can type here China. You can also type here any specific port in China as well. You can click here any drop off location. Let's say if you want to drop off the container in Karachi or Nhava Sheva or in Jabal Ali or any ports in the world, you can just with few clicks you can search that. You can also select here different types of containers as well. So most standard containers are on top, but we do have also special equipments as well here. Otherwise, you can just click here search, and the system will show you the matches. So for example, if I click search, my system is showing me we got 15 results found. Yeah, so we have many containers available from Shanghai to Nhava Sheva, from Shanghai or any main ports in China to anywhere in the world, and you can pick up these containers. So for example, if I take this first example, you can see Orange Container Lines. They are the owner of the containers. They have 30 containers, 40 feet high cube available right now in Shanghai, and you can pick up that from Shanghai and you can drop them off in Nhava Sheva. Yeah, and they are giving you 60 free days to use the containers. If you exceed free days, they will also charge you $4.50, plus they will also pay you from their pocket $150. So here mentioned supplier pays $150. Yeah, so different people will be offering you different terms and condition. You can get different types of containers, do the terms and condition with them directly by using the platform. We have an account management team who will also train you how to do that. Yeah, and easily you can take these containers from these companies. They will share with you their depot address and everything. Yeah, so that is how basically our container leasing platform is working. In more details, you can always reach out to us. We can also have like a separate demos with you guys as well. This is no problem, but I'm just showing you very quickly that how the container leasing system is working. And similar goes for container trading as well. So container trading is also working similarly. If you want to buy container, you can just click here find sales offers. If you want to sell the container, you can click here find buying demands. Yeah, so that's how the system is operating. So let's suppose if you want to buy container, you click here find supply listings, and we got 3,609 supply listings. So we have thousands and thousands of containers available for sale all over the world. You can select your destination. Let's say you can select here, I want to buy container from China, or again from Shanghai. So whichever destination you want, you can do that. You can select here different types of containers as well. You can select here 20 feet, 40 feet normal, 40 feet high cube, and any other special equipment you can select here. Yeah, or otherwise you can just select search. So for example, when I click search, my system is showing only in China we got 552 sales offers at the moment. Yeah, so there are many people who are selling the container. You can also select here, okay, show me the lowest price, for example. If I show you the lowest price, then it's showing me here CSL is one of our container seller. They are selling in Qingdao, for example, 123 containers, wind and water tie, 20 DCs, 880 is their negotiable price. So you can negotiate with them on the price on the platform itself. Yeah, so different people are offering different prices on the platform. You can negotiate with them on the platform. Yeah, so I can also show it to you. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Once you click you on the right side, view details, then you can click here, start negotiation. You can give your target price to them. Yeah. So for example, their target price is 880. Maybe your target price is $700. Give your target price to them. Tell them I want to buy 50 containers, and you just click here, start negotiation. So once you click here, start negotiation, automatically system will show you your offer is in negotiation phase. We got here also the live chat function, so you can negotiate with them on the terms and condition. Once this is done, then comes the final part, which is payment. And for payment, you have two options. One option is that you can pay directly to CSL without our help. We have no problem, but there is always a risk involved in that. This is why we always encourage you to use our payment handling facility. We call that wallet. So this wallet, we will give it to you also for free with the subscription. So it is kind of like your small bank account on Container Exchange. If you want to buy the containers, you can upload the money here into your own account on Container Exchange. Once the money arrive here into your own wallet, we will inform the other party that, okay, we got the money from you guys, but allow you to first of all pick up the containers. Once they allow you to pick up the container, we are going to release the money from your account to the account of container seller. All the invoices will be auto generated here. You don't need to do the accounting. Month by month, it will be saved here in the cloud. So whenever you have an invoice generated automatically, you can also download from here. So that's how you can buy a container. Plus, that's how you can also sell a container as well through our platform. Plus, as I mentioned it to you, the ocean freight tool, we will give it to you for free with that. So you can also book COC and SOC slots as well through our platform. So we are trying to make like a one-stop solution for all of your SOC requirements. And also COC requirements somehow as well. And that's how you can basically use our platform. Okay, and we have also different subscription models in place as well. Yeah, so I can also quickly show you which different subscription models we have. For container leasing, we have three different subscription models. We have basic, professional, and enterprise structure. So basic model is $299 per month, and with that you can lease maximum 10 containers under management. Yeah, and minimum contract time period is 2 months. If your requirement is under 10 container, you can go for basic plan. If your plan is more than 10, then you can go for professional. Professional is 549 US dollar per month for leasing, and here you can lease up to 100 container. If you go for the container trading option, this is an $299 package, and you can buy and sell unlimited amount of containers with that. But let's say if you buy both of these products, if you buy leasing and trading, then trading is not 299, it will be only 149 for you. So let's suppose if you go with the basic plan 299 plus 149, you can buy and sell unlimited amount of container, but you can lease maximum 10 container. Same goes here professional as well. Yeah, so these are the two packages that I can offer it to you at the moment. Enterprise packages for those guys whose minimum requirement is 500 container, they have to come up with us, and then we need to make like a customized plan for them. Yeah, so these are the plans that we have. And basically these one you can also use that. Yeah, and as I also mentioned, of course, those of you who have joined today's webinars, they will also get the best offer. And if you subscribe to exchange, you will also get 20% discount, valid only for next 5 working days, expires on Tuesday 28th of March. This is an exclusive offer and a unique opportunity for you guys to use. As usually we don't give them discounts. This for example is an exception. My colleague already mentioned here, we can also, for example, give you this code as well by the end of the session, and you can also select that. Yeah, so after discounts, these will be the price that is mentioned in front of you. This is the code in front of you. You can copy paste that code as well in your system, and this will be also given it to you. You can also reach out to me personally as well, or Amir, and we can also maybe personalize demos you and also try to onboard you with our onboarding team. Yeah, so guys, this is the part of the container exchange platform, and now we are ready to answer all of your questions. So feel free to write them in the chat if you still have something on your mind. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mudassir. We have a couple of questions already. First one is, all the containers are lying idle. Why suddenly rates started hiking, especially from China? Even spaces become less.
Correct. So the main reason behind that is the shortage of the cargo. So as I mentioned it to you, that the overall shortage of the cargo is happening. As also Abdulaziz mentioned, that there is a recession going on all over the world at the moment. Everybody is at a different stage of this recession in their country, and due to not having enough cargo, this is why the containers are piling up in different ports. Because not having enough cargo is the biggest problem. That is why the idle containers lying in different ports are also increasing. This is why we are providing you the solutions that hey, when you have an idle containers lying in different ports, don't wait, because you will have to pay the storage cost of these containers, and the containers would be also depreciated. So save this container for being depreciated, and save also the storage fee. Just rent out these containers to different people, earn money out of that, so that we can create these synergies for you.
And then another one in the chat, what is the criteria for the wallet?
So the criteria for the wallet is pretty simple. Anyone who will get exchange account, they will get the wallet for free with that. And let's suppose if you want to add the money into your wallet, we will share our German bank account details with you, and you can top up the balance on your wallet. So it's pretty simple. You can also add money into your wallet by your credit card, but sometimes the volume of the money is quite high. That's why the credit card doesn't make sense. So you can put up the money in US dollars or euros in our German bank account. It's pretty simple criteria.
Yeah, there is one more question, Mudassir. Is if we
There,
do not.
yeah, there is one question that if we do not know the other party, so can we take any opinion from the exchange?
Yeah.
I think Amir can answer that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So basically, yes, definitely, you can take a review from us. We can also let you know what terms they do, what business they do, how trustworthy they are. But in general, you don't need to worry in terms of trustworthiness because, like we said earlier, all the companies go through a vetting process before they join exchange. So in general, you should not have problem with any one of them, any one of the companies on exchange. But yes, we are always account management team is always there to make sure that you have the right partners. And if you don't find the right partners, we also help manually to find the right partners as well. So feel free to reach out to us and we will do the needful. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. The questions, Muntasir, over to you.
Okay, I think there's one more. How we can get 40 feet high cube service from Bangladesh to PNG ports? What is the rate if we book after 28th March? I think Mohammed Abu Shahid, I think your question is there are two parts of your question. The 28th March that we have mentioned is for the discount that we are offering 20% special discount to use the platform. Yeah, so this is that, and if you want to get 40 feet high cube from Bangladesh to PNG, you need to negotiate directly with the supplier of the container who is giving you the container from Bangladesh to PNG ports. Yeah, and they will be mentioning their terms and condition there, and then you can directly contact them. So once we onboard you, we will also give you training how to get this 40 feet high cube. So for example, Amir, he's continuously doing it to our new existing clients, and then you can also negotiate with them on the terms and condition, and then you would be able to know whether they are charging you any rent or not, or whether they are paying you from their pocket even, yeah, some money. So this will you will know only after joining the platform.
Okay, there's another question, which is when is the BNPL feature going to be live? I think that means buy now, pay later feature, and what is the eligibility? Yeah, I could probably take that over. So the buy now, pay later feature is not going to be active very soon because of the complications in the industry. But we are still working on this. We have already tried it, we have tested it, and we just need to come up with a proper criteria for it. So we'll keep you updated as and when that happens as well.
Perfect. I can take the last one that is from Valeria, that is posted from one of our guests here. How much profit can I make out of one container? So this is really dependent. I'm exactly don't know what you mean by that. How much profit you can make from one container. If you want to just buy one container and rent out this container, and make money by renting out, yeah. So this also depends on the stretch to stretch. So for example, if you move the container from I don't know, China to Russia, you have 140 feet high cube, maybe people will be willing to pay you $500 per container, or $400 per container. It depends on your negotiation with the other party. If this is what you mean with the profit, that's how you can calculate that. Yeah, but I need to know more background what you want to do with this one container, then I would be able to answer that properly.
I think if I'm not wrong, this is related to the overall profit they are asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much profit we can earn from one container. So it is basically depends on you that on what rate you have sell the on what freight you have sell to the customer. Just an example, if you have sell the container of around $1,000 from Shanghai to Navashiva, and your cost is around $700. So $300 is this profit plus in India in Navashiva the rebate whatever you are getting. So in total that is your profit. From that profit you have to give the pickup charges to that person who gave you the container on a leasing. Just an example, $200. So from $500 you gave them $200 as their profit. So this $300 becomes the total profit of yours. So I think this might be the answer of this question.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely, guys. If you have more question, you can also post it there. There's a link from Valeria, because I think we are running out of time. And just Abu Shaid, my colleague just shared with you again the different packages. So basic, professional basic is normally $299 package, but you will get 20% discount, so you can pay 239 US dollars per month. And professional is 549 USD, and it is, you can pay 439, because you will also get 20% discount as well for that. Yeah. And 40 feet high cube and 20 feet reefer containers, this is, you can check on the platform the rates of these containers. And you can also definitely stay in contact with us for later, and we can also show you on the live platform as well. No, that doesn't include repositioning cost. This is just the cost to join the platform, actually. So this is what we are showing it to you. Cool, perfect. So, guys, as I said, we are running out of time. So just to close the meeting, the main conclusions that I would take out of this meeting is that the line container idle situation is a problem for NVOCCs. We encourage them to not waste their idle inventories, because they have been depreciated. They are paying the storage cost for these idle inventories. We encourage you to move these containers through our platform. We can really help you out with that. Not only you will save the empty repo, you will save the storage fee, but you will also make money by renting out your containers. Please do that. Involve us in this. We can help you definitely with that thing is. And to all of those NVOCCs who are the users, they don't have to use the containers to those stretches where they have only one-way cargo. Take the containers from us. We can help you give these containers. Yeah, and we can create these synergies. Also, if you are a new NVOCC, you can also register with us. You don't have to buy a lot of containers. We can also give you containers to start with. Similarly, as Abdul Aziz mentioned, he actually build upon his whole business based on that model. There is a role model in front of you. You guys can also do the same. We can help you do the same as well, because we have numerous examples like that. Yeah, or same goes for container buying and selling. With some few clicks, you can buy containers all over the world. You can sell your containers all over the world as well. We can help you out in catering that as well. Yeah, so thank you so much, Hafiz Abdul Aziz. It was an absolute pleasure. I cannot thank you enough to take this time from your busy schedule on that. And thank you so much, Amir, for the insightful information that you have given to us. Yeah, and if you guys have any further question, contact us using the link in the chat. And we will, as mentioned, that we will also share the recording and PPT in the following email as well. And of course, the offer that we have also mentioned it to you is valid for next 5 days. If you have problem using the discount code, please contact us, our team. We will get back to you on that, and we will also guide you through the process. Okay, and I would say
Thank
then
you.
thank
Thank
you,
you
thank
so
you
much.
so much, guys, and
Well,
Thank you
take
so
care
much.
and
Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much,
time.
Mr. Mudassir, and thank you, Mr. Ramesh. Thank
you're
you,
well, Mr.
everybody.
Safis.
All
Thank you.
right, take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.